guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a sexy Valentine's Day tutorial. I asked you guys on Instagram whether you wanted to see like a red look or like a pink look, and everybody went with the red look. And I feel like red has been done so many times before. Like I did my Teresa makeup tutorial, so I feel like it's fairly similar. And then my Jenny 69 Glam, like everybody is kind of already over the Jenny 69 Glam, but like this is just what I love to do and you guys requested it. So if you request it, I'm gonna give it to you guys. So for those of you guys who don't want to see a red look, y'all can just stop watching. Valentine's Day is one of my favorite holidays for sure. Whether you got a boo, whether you don't got a boo, like we just gotta look cute always. Like always we gotta look cute for ourselves, for our friends, for the gram. Anyways, I am gonna be showing you guys how the lip also looks paired up with the red lip gloss for those of you girls who do have balls to rock the red lip gloss. If you do try out this look, please tag me because I want to see all my bad bitches serving a telenovela fantasy. I feel like this is me. Like I want to be buried in this. Like roses are my favorite flower, you guys, and red lipstick, bitch, it's my favorite. Let's just go ahead and get right into this tutorial. And before we get into it, please make sure to use condoms, you guys. Safe sex, please. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and start off with the skin since I do want my skin to be glowy for sure. I'm gonna be going in with MAC Strobe Cream. MAC Strobe Cream is such a beautiful product. It's a moisturizer at the same time. It's like a highlighting effect for your skin. This is in the color Gold Light. They have different colors, but I personally enjoy using this one. I'm also gonna be using some Farsali drops because I forgot to put this before the lotion. I would recommend for you to put this on before you put on your strobe cream because I feel like it can kind of move it. Alright you guys, so I'm going to go ahead and do my brows off camera. If you guys want to check out my full in-depth video on how to do your eyebrows, you guys can go ahead and check it out. I will link it down below. It is titled How to Do Your Brows Like a Bad Bitch, and it is fully detailed. It's just because if I do my brows on camera, then the tutorial is going to take, I kid you not, like an hour. So you guys can go ahead and check that out. I will link it down below. All right, you guys, so my brows are on. I'm now going to be going in with my favorite eyeshadow base. I always go in with my Tarte Shape Tape in the shade medium because I don't really like to go too light. And remember how one time I said that I hated the Tarte Shape Tape concealer? I will say that I like Tarte Shape Tape for an eyeshadow base because it's so thick, and so when I put on the eyeshadows on top of it, it just goes on so good. You kind of want to like do packing motions like this, so that way you get that coverage that you want. You see how it's like a blank canvas? So I'm going to add a little bit more of that Tarte Shape Tape. I'm also going to apply it on my lower lash line as well. I feel like this is the perfect look to rock for Valentine's Day because it just goes with everything. Obviously, if you guys don't want to do the red lip, you don't have to. But I feel like it's Valentine's Day, so you guys should go out of your way to put on a red lip. Later on in this video, I'll teach you guys how to go about choosing the right lip liner because I feel like a lot of the time a lot of girls like that say, oh, I don't like to wear red lipstick because it doesn't look good on me. Red lipstick looks good on everybody, I promise you. So I'm using my favorite Chanel powder. You guys know I always use this one. They have 3 separate colors, so if this one isn't your shade, I know they do have a darker one. This one is in the shade 20 Clair, and we're just gonna go ahead and pack the underbrow right here. Now, I always like to pack this right before I start any of my shadow because I want to conserve my brows, and I feel like if I go in with shadow for some weird reason, I just feel like my brows get fucked up. Okay, so we're good with that. Look at how beautiful it looks. For today's palette, we're going to be going into the Dare to Create 39A by Morphe. The reason why I'm choosing this palette is because I feel like there are so many beautiful transitions. Like look at all these huge middle shades that we have here. And then you also have your pops of colors here, and then you have a bunch of browns and then some red tones here. You also even have some olive tones here. So I'm really obsessed with this palette for sure. It's one of my go-tos. We're gonna go in with the Morphe M441. Okay, so going into the palette, I'm gonna be taking this shade right here, which is, I would say, kind of like the lightest shade of the transition colors. Look at how beautiful this color is. I feel like the colors blend out so beautifully. Okay, so now that my transition color is laid, I feel like this looks really pretty. I'm going to start intensifying the eye. So I'm going to go in with this bright kind of orange color right here. This is going to look so beautiful in the crease. We're going to add that in here. And I'm kind of dragging it out this way, like this. So that way we really elongate the eye. Okay, so now that we've built that up, I'm going to go in with a chocolatey brown like this one right here. It's really earthy. I'm almost going to like stab it right here. Let me show you the difference of what this looks like compared to the eye that doesn't have this. It just really cuts the crease. Look, you see the difference? And it's just like a tiny little bit of brown. You don't have to smoke it out. When you stab it like this, notice that it's only depositing color in the crease like this. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and take that original brush that we used to add the transition. And we're gonna use that orangey color right here. And we're just gonna smoke out right here just to kind of blend everything out. I'm trying to figure out if I wanna do like a shimmery lid or if I should do something matte just to kind of keep it completely matte. But I feel like if you fuck up your eyeliner, it's so much easier to fix a shimmer lid versus a matte lid. I kind of want to go in with this shade right here, but I don't know, I just feel like it's kind of too dark. I'm gonna say fuck it and let's just go in with it because I'm gonna be wearing dramatic lashes anyway, so I feel like it's gonna kind of cover it. And if you feel like it's too dark for you, all you have to do is just add some highlight on top of that, like on the center, to make it a little bit brighter. The highlight that I'm gonna be using today is one by Wet n Wild. Okay, so I'm gonna apply this all over the lid. This is such a beautiful color, you guys. It's like very chocolatey. You just keep packing it on just depending on how much intensity you want on your eye. There's no right or wrong way to makeup, I guess you could say. Just know that the more you guys pack on, it's going to be more of a glam look. Like, damn bitch, your face is beat as fuck. And when you go in with a little bit, it's kind of like, ooh, I'm naturally cute. Okay, so now that that is on, going back in with that same dark brown that we went into the crease, we're gonna go ahead and deepen her up once again. So going in with a little bit of this shimmer. This is a face powder. It's called Hustle and Glow. Okay, so I'm going to be taking that same flat brush and I'm just going to go in with whatever is on the cap. We're going to spritz her as well. I'm just going to kind of like put it on the center because I don't want to get rid of that brown either. Please make sure that you guys spritz your brush, please. I promise it's going to make a huge difference and your shadows are going to come out exactly like how you want them. This is my favorite eyeliner at the moment. This is the Maybelline Lasting Drama Waterproof Gel Pen. Let me just show you guys how bomb this brown eyeliner is. Okay, so to tight line, you're just gonna go ahead and look down and rub that shit like this. All right, she is tight lined and she is prepped for the wing. My favorite eyeliner that I always love to use is the Wet n Wild one, but you know what? I also have I always like to start off with the line first because I do them both at the same time, so that way I can try to get them as identical as possible. Don't know if the lines look crazy, but I'm gonna rock these wings however they come out. Okay, so I am almost done with my eyeliner. Usually my eyeliner doesn't come out 100% perfect, and that's something that I kind of had to accept. So what I like to do at the end is, like with the leftover concealer, I like to just sharpen that bitch like this. You see, and that's how you get that sharp wing line. It's not by doing it with the eyeliner. Nope, you have to touch it up with this. Going back in with the concealer, I'm going to take this Kevyn Aucoin. This is such an amazing concealer. I'm going to kind of use a little bit. I don't like to go in with a lot of concealer because then you're going to see this harsh ass line of concealer. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to take this really, really thin Morphe little liner brush and I'm going to try to wing this out a little more. So whatever you do, you go back in with your concealer right here and you just get that sharp ass cut right there. You see it? Your eyeliner is never going to be identical. They're sisters, not twins. So if you guys see that they're not the same, as long as they look similar, they look related, the lashes are gonna cover it up. Okay, so taking my brown eyeliner, I'm just gonna go ahead and line that waterline. And I love this one for blending out my lower lash line because it just blends out so creamy. And then with a tapered blending brush, I'm just going to go ahead and wipe this off using my favorite Vermona color switch. I'm just going to blend out the eyeliner first. This kind of acts like a base for your eyeshadow. You ever feel like your brown eyeshadow just doesn't go on as intense as you would like it to? This is why, because you need like a brown base. You see how that gives you like a smoky kind of effect? So I'm going to go ahead and take that brown that we used in the crease. We're going to pack that on top of it. So now what I do is like I pack it on there. I don't swish, I don't nothing. I just pack it like this. Because if you use a really big pencil brush, dude, that shit can get messy. So now that we've covered that, we're going to go ahead and go in with that tapered brush that we went into the crease to like stab the eye. You want to make sure you go in with like a small one so that way it stays packed into the eye, because if you use something really fluffy, it's gonna make it like even bigger and your smokiness is gonna be all the way down here and you don't want that. So I'm gonna take this shade right here to blend out that brown, and that's how you're gonna get that really sexy, smoky, two-dimensional effect. And right now, it's not gonna be really noticeable until you apply your foundation. Once your foundation goes on, everything else looks completely seamless and your eyes stand out so much more. I don't even have to go like this, look. It already does it for you. Like, it's a huge difference between two eyes. So now that the eyes are done, I'm gonna go ahead and top it off with my favorite inner corner eyeshadow. Now, I know I said that I didn't want to use any other palette other than the one that I was using, but I feel like for the inner corner of the eye, like, it's the most important part of your eye look. So I'm gonna go in with my favorite 2 gold shimmer shadows that I love to use. These are like my go-to ride or die bad bitch gold. They are individual Morphe shadows. I'm sure you guys have heard me mention these before. This is in the shade Hooked. Not too yellow, none of that shit. It's just like the perfect gold. And then this shade right here is called Made of Gold. If I ever die, these are the shadows that I will be wearing on my eyes. So to apply that, I'm gonna use that same little pencil brush that we use. I'm gonna go in with the gold one first. These just glide the fuck on. Do you guys see that? You see how intense that is? It's like butter. And then I also like to drag it on the lower lash line as well to kind of like open up the eye right here. I'm also going to apply a little bit of that lighter shade of gold that I showed you guys just on the inner corner, like a little topper right here. The inner corner brings out the inner hoe. That's just how it be. Okay, next step is lashes. For my lashes, I'm gonna be going in with these right here. These are a style that I'm thinking about launching for Baddie B. These are the ones that we've been designing for the past few months now. So after I put them on, can you guys let me know what you think about them down below? So the glue that I'm using is the Duo Lash Glue. It's the latex free one in the color black. I'm obsessed with these lashes because it's still very sexy, but at the same time, it's very wispy and it makes your eyes look really, really flirty. Yes, they are so beautiful. Like, I feel like it ties the look all together and it doesn't look too much because the makeup is pretty dramatic, I'm not gonna lie. But I feel like with the perfect lash, that is what completes your makeup look. And onto the face now, I'm gonna be using this Smashbox primer. A little bit does go a long way, so it's a little intense. Try not to fuck up the brows. This is called the photofinish primer, which has a moisturizer at the same time. Okay, so for concealer, I am going in with the NARS, the Radiant Creamy Concealer. Now this is a concealer that is a little bit more on the higher price range, so I totally understand if you guys don't pick this one up. I always like to go in with the concealer before I go in with the foundation, so that way we just kind of cover up any imperfections that the foundation might not cover. So I'm going to be using the NARS Sheer Glow foundation for today's look. So I'm going to go ahead and dot this all over the face. I'm going to be going in with my Morphe sponge. This is my current obsession right now. I feel like it applies my foundation so much better. I'm able to save product, and I feel like the beauty blenders absorb so much product, and I used to be a beauty blender whore, but not anymore. And these are so much more affordable, and you guys are able to use my coupon code at checkout. Don't forget that, you guys, it's Cheetos. Gotta blend this in. Make sure to blend down the neck always, you guys. Please do not forget that. See how beautiful it looks on the skin, and it matches me so perfectly. That's why I always like to go in with the concealer before I use this foundation, because I wouldn't say this is full coverage, but it is very buildable. I am gonna go ahead and do one more pump. I kind of like to let the first layer dry up a little bit to kind of, you know, do its thing, run its course, and then I'll go in with another layer. Just kind of wherever you need the most coverage. We are serving novella vibes. And then for concealer, you guys, I think you already know what concealer I'm going to use to highlight. It is no surprise. I'm obsessed with the KKW products, which is what we're going to be using for today. We're going to be mixing number 8 and number 6 because I feel like number 8 helps the number 6 just blend in perfectly, you guys. I like to start off with number 8 first. I'm going to go ahead and apply this under my eyes. And then I also like to drag it down the nose right here because I feel like that's what kind of snatches your nose and makes your nose look a little bit thinner. Okay, so now I'm gonna blend in. I'm gonna let this dry a little bit. This concealer is really, really creamy. You guys can like leave this on for a long time. Letting your concealer dry like this, you're gonna make it actually thicker, and when you blend it out, it's gonna be a fuller coverage. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and grab one of my contour sticks. So this is a number 2 medium by KKW. I love to use these. They blend out so amazing. Down the nose, on the forehead. And I always like to place my contour on my cheek a little bit higher than my actual cheekbone. So that way when I blend it out, it just snatches me and it makes my face look more chiseled and more up, like lifted. For that, I'm going to be using my favorite Makeup Shack brush. This is the shit for blending out creams. I use it all the time. Like literally, this is the only brush that I use for blending out the creams. It's the T22. See how easy these contour sticks blend out? So now to blend everything out, I'm going back in with my blender right here. I like to cream contour because I feel like it makes it look seamless and it makes me look like I'm naturally cute. But don't get me wrong, I also do a powder contour afterward, but that's just kind of like the little cherry on top. I'm gonna go back in with number 6 to kind of like clean up the nose because I feel like she needs a little more highlight right here. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and set the full face using my favorite Chanel powder. What sucks about doing your foundation after is that sometimes the brows get fucked up. Most of the time they do. So you always just have to go back in and like refill them in. And then I'm gonna dust everything off. I don't really like to bake too much. Yes, look at this skin. Isn't it so fucking beautiful, you guys? Love that. Going back in with the brows, we're gonna touch them up a little bit. Whew! I know it's so many steps. So many fucking steps. Okay, going back in with Penelope. We're just gonna touch her up a little bit because there's a lot of powder. I'm gonna take one of these so that way I can really get in there because I noticed there's some spots that I wasn't able to get with that big sponge. See, and it just gets in those little cracks that the big sponge can't get in. And we're gonna dust her off. I'm gonna go in with my mascara. This is my favorite one, especially to blend in lashes. All the products that I'm using in today's video will be listed down below. So if you guys ever have questions in regards to what products I'm using, just click down below. Don't even trip. Before we apply mascara to the bottom lashes, I really want to emphasize this step because I feel like it's an important step. I'm going back in with that orangey transition shade that we used for the eyes to re-blend out right here and reapply. Okay, now going in. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and add some contour. I'm going in with my Hoola bronzer by Benefit. I'm using this Smashbox Precise Blush Brush, but I use it for contour because I feel like it's just straight to the point and it just cuts your cheeks like how you want it to. And also a little bit on the forehead. You want to be careful with this because it is pretty intense. And I will say that this is a contour shade, not a bronzer. A bronzer is something that makes you look a little bit more warm, kind of like you have a tan. But this is more of a contour shade. So it's gonna like chisel your face. And then I'm going to use a little tapered blending brush to apply whatever we used as our contour on our nose. So now I'm going to go ahead and set the full face with Fix Plus by MAC. I like to do this before I put on my highlight, so that way my highlight just goes on really creamy. For my highlight, I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild powder, the shimmer powder that I used for the inner corners. Woo! She is pigmented. Shout out to Manny for getting me into these. And for this look, I want to use like a nice golden kind of highlight. Also going to do down the nose. So now I'm going to go ahead and do this routine twice so that way my highlight is like perfect. See that? Like this kind of like the center point of it. Yes, highlight. Wow, this is stunning. And you guys, Wet n Wild is so affordable. Like I live for Wet n Wild. Yes. And now we are ready for the lips. You guys, so I feel like the red lip is super duper important. So I'm about to show you guys the lip liners that I have right now that you guys could use when doing a dark dramatic lip liner like this. I'm thinking that I want to do something along the lines of these three right here. I feel like this is what's going to give you that nice ombre deep effect. And then we also have 3 potential liquid lipsticks. My personal favorite is this one right here because it is a really bloody red. These are the 3 shades, and if you guys noticed, I feel like the richest red out of all 3 of them is this one right here. I don't know, I feel like it kind of has like a bloody tone to it, so I'm kind of gravitating towards that. I think I'm going to go in with the LA Girl one. Let's see how this goes. It goes on really creamy. And then you're also going to like bring it in like this much. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and mix a little bit of this chestnut to kind of give more of a little like brown vibe because it is looking a little bit purple. And I do like to overline a little bit as well. And if you fuck up on the sides, don't even trip. We will go back in to kind of fix that up. Okay, so now I'm gonna mix in a little bit of LA Girl. This is in the color Vamp, just so that way you can like match the bottom. Okay, you guys, now we are ready for the red liquid lipstick, which is my favorite part. This is what ties the look together. This is in the color Homewrecker by BeBella Cosmetics, and I also do have a coupon code for this company as well, so you guys are able to check this out. It is such a beautiful red. Like, I feel like it's like the most perfect red. And you do want to make sure you go over the lip liner because you want the red to overpower the lip liner. You want to make sure that you wipe off the wand of the liquid lipstick, so that way the middle of the lip looks the most red and then the outer looks the darkest. Because sometimes there's residue left over from the lip liner, and if you bring it into the center, you're going to make the center of the lip darker than the actual outer, and then it's not going to look like an ombre. So now to kind of clean everything up, I'm going to go ahead and outline again. This is so beautiful. I'm obsessed with this liquid lipstick. Okay, so now that we have the lip on, I'm just going to go ahead and kind of like conceal all around it using the foundation that we used on the face. If you go in with something lighter, it's going to look fucking crazy. And I'm using the brush from Morphe. This is the M170. This is like if you want to be that extra bitch to fix it. Okay, so now I'm going to add a little bit of blush to finish off this look. For my blush, we're going to be going in with this blush right here. It's called California by Benefit with my Luxie 516. I really love this brush for blush because I feel like it helps me just put a little bit of blush, you guys, not too much. Y'all already know the rules. This is how the look looks completed with no lip gloss on the lips. I just wanted for you guys to see what the lipstick looks like matte. If you guys want to make it a little bit more brighter on the center, you can just add more liquid lipstick. It all just depends if you feel comfortable wearing liquid lipstick or if you feel comfortable wearing lip gloss. You're just like, fuck it, who cares? But I would not recommend to wear lip gloss if you're gonna go out to eat Olive Garden or something like that. That's where I used to go back in the day when I used to live in Riverside. I used to always make my boyfriends take me to Olive Garden because that's just where it be. Okay, so this completes today's tutorial. I feel like this is something that everybody can wear. You guys, I want everybody after watching this video to try out a red lipstick. Trust me, it's actually not as bad as you think. Like I said, it's all about pairing up the lip liner with the right shade of lipstick. Please make sure that if you guys are scared of wearing a red lipstick, use a dark lip liner. You're supposed to go in with a darker lip liner to kind of give you that effect of like, ooh, that's like a sexy lip. Like, it makes your lips actually look bigger, which is why I usually prefer to do an ombre method rather than the straight color, because I feel so ugly when I wear just a straight color. I think that's why I don't really wear it. So I feel like color combination is key. And like I said, you guys can wear this look with lip gloss or without, but I'm kind of feeling the matte, so I'm just gonna finish it off with the matte, but I will also leave in a little clip of what I look like with the gloss as well if you guys are feeling super duper extra. I wanted to wish everybody a happy Valentine's Day. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to all of my new subscribers. I'm like obsessed with you guys. Like, we haven't met in person yet, but like, we're secretly best friends. They have a safe Valentine's Day for one. Do not drink and drive. Please use condoms, Plan Bs, whatever, because Valentine's Day, I feel this year is going to be a little freaky for some weird reason. Like, is it just me? I feel like this Valentine's Day is going to be crazy, you guys. And then, especially if you're going to serve a look like this, bitch, like, they ain't fucking ready. They ain't ready. All right, I will see you all in my next video. Bye.